that's actually really cool because I actually talked about that on my last episode or whatever about like kind of dating is like if a guy like really nervous is how you actually know that the guy really likes a girl because it's kind of 10 like if a guy like just thinks the girl's like kind of cute like it's easy to talk to them and stuff like that but it's like when he really likes a girl it's kind of like you overthink it so much.
And I'm pro at that. I'm really good at doing that. So.
Alright, you guys want to do the intro?
This is your thing. You can do the intro.
What?
You can do the intro. I don't know. What do you have for an intro?
Dude, do you guys not watch the podcast?
I haven't. She said she has. I haven't seen it yet. This will be my first one I see.
Wow, true fans.
I have.
So, what's your favorite one?
I liked the friendship one.
Really? Because that's not one of it. No, I'm just like
Yeah,
I did like a whole
Tricked
month of
you.
it. I did a whole month of that actually.
Yeah.
That was actually a really fun one
Like
making those.
real friend versus like.
Oh, fake friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one's good. You guys ready for some questions?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Alright. Let me do the intro real fast because clearly you guys don't know how to do it. Welcome back to the K.M.B show. Today I have two guests that are married. Today we're going to talk about married topic, questions, whatever. Introduce you guys.
I am Desiree.
And I'm Aaron.
She is my sister's best friend, and you guys know my sister Kelsey. She was in that siblings podcast. And this is Desiree's husband.
Yeah, that's my name. I mean Aaron. Oh, yeah.
Is this your first ever podcast
Oh,
to be on?
No, I was a part of one for several years.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Wait.
Actually,
With who?
with a couple of friends of mine. Oh gosh, it's not a thing anymore because my friend and I both stopped.
Like you deleted it? Like you can't even find it?
I don't know. You might be able to find it still. It was called the Use Your Words podcast. So it might be out there. I don't know. I've never searched for it after I stopped.
For real? You never wanted to like rewatch those
No.
videos? Oh, okay. I kind of feel that because like me and Jordy used to make vlogs and like we'll rewatch the vlogs and we're like, dang, bro, these are not good.
It's rough.
They're cringy.
Well,
especially me and Aiden's vlogs.
Yeah, it can be rough. There's a tough crowd out there. So seeing some of the comments, I mean, some of them were legit, but it's just like, yeah, it hurts sometimes.
What did you guys like talk about?
We talked about a lot of stuff. Some of it got into like the political, like current event stuff. Some of it was just on spiritual topics. Near the end, we started like kind of reacting to songs and the lyrics, and we started going over a few books. I think we only got through 2 books because I'm not the best.
Books are boring.
Yeah, it is tough.
I'm more of a watcher.
Yeah, same. But
My bad. Desiree, you ever been on a podcast before?
I have not. No.
That's funny. I did a podcast. I've never been on one though. But
you did a podcast, but you've never been on a podcast.
No, I
Besides
never.
This is it.
Well, technically,
Well,
like
he's hosting.
this is my own though.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. But so you've never been a part of anything before. Okay.
No, I never really I mean, I did vlogs and I guest starred on vlogs before, but like I never guest starred on a podcast. I always wanted to, so if anybody has a podcast, just let me know. But again today, since I talked about a lot of relationships, I talked about singleness era video, I talked about dating and stuff like that, and so I thought about when you date, you marry, so I asked 2 people that are married about some questions, because, everyone's kind of curious. And they're also still new. What is it called?
Newlyweds, yeah. We're like a month in.
Yeah, so they're like 1 month in, so at least they're still happy, so they don't really answer these questions.
Good time.
So that's really good on my part. My grandparents been together for like, Kelsey, what is it, 50 years, 20?
Like 53.
53 years, but it's more of like if I had my grandpa on there, it'd just be like, huh? What you say, Sonny? No, I'm just playing. Alright, questions ready?
Yeah.
Alright, question 1. How did you guys meet? Who wants to tell it?
I guess I'll probably do most of the talking here.
No.
Church is where we met.
So was it like
Yeah.
you walked in and you're like, dang, girl, who is you? What it do, girl?
Oh no.
Oh.
No, it's kind of funny because like at first I had no idea of who she was. Like I had seen her around, didn't know her. I also,
Just some brunette girl.
huh?
Just
Yeah.
some brunette girl.
Well, she-
He also thought I was one of the teenagers.
yeah, it was like she seemed really young, so I was just like, huh.
Don't make them
Yeah,
look.
I can't.
I already look dirty.
True, unfortunately. But like, it was pretty much her sister that got it all kind of started per se. Well, her
Introduce you guys basically together.
Yeah. So yeah, once I found out how old she actually was, I was like,
Score!
and like who she was, I was like, oh. But I didn't want anything to do with relationships before, so I was like, cool, but no thanks. But then, well, now we're married, so.
Oh, you didn't want to do any relations at the time?
Yeah, no, want nothing to do with it.
Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing.
That's
Yeah,
what
but same though, because I was in the same boat. I
Well-
just got content with being single.
What was your like experience with that? Like meeting him. What did you thought of him? Like
I thought his laugh was cute. I didn't really like notice his looks until I started actually like talking to him more.
you were just in the room and you heard his laugh. It's kinda
Pretty
cute.
much. Stole my heart.
It's that easy, people.
No.
No.
If you got a good
No.
wall.
If you got a good laugh, you're in, guys. I mean, since you guys were single both at the time, I hope. That's just like,
Yeah, dude, I know
Yeah,
nobody.
okay. But like, when you guys were in your singleness era, what did you guys have to learn in your single era? Because like, me, like, I'll take me as an example. Like, I kind of learned I had a lot of trust issues, so I got to work on that. Like, got to open up more to people and stuff like that. And instead of just closing it off right away, I actually got to, like, see if something can happen. So what did you guys learn in your singleness era? Before, like, you guys started dating each other?
Oh man, that's a good one. Do you have something?
I would say trusting in the Lord's timing. Like,
That's a really good one, because everyone's like, I just want a significant other, so they go on dating apps, they
yeah.
go out to places.
Yeah, I'd say for me it was like I had crushes, but like they never seemed to work, which was
You got
a little
crushed.
Yeah, I got a crush, exactly. Which was a little frustrating, but then the Lord reminded me just to wait for his timing and he'll bring her along the right one. And I had friends that encouraged me, so it's always nice.
Oh, that's always good.
Wow. So I guess for me, well, I don't even really know, honestly. I guess I just got to a point, well, just not wanting anything to do with one. I just kind of got in my head, and I was like, yeah, no, I just want to be single at this point. It sounds pretty nice just to be single. Especially from having some other friends that got married, and then you start to hear about the responsibilities and new things.
They're complaining.
Yeah, they're complaining and how now they don't have any time. Time is not their own anymore. Yeah, but no, honestly, because I would tell myself that, but then at the same time, like deep down, I knew I wanted to be with somebody or have like
Oh, of course.
some sort of like spouse down the road. But it was just it was one of those things where it was finally where I just got to the point of like, all right, I'm fine being single. This is great. But at the same time, I still prayed here and there. I was like, well, if there's somebody like out there, let's go.
No, I definitely feel that, because it's like when you don't try, then someone comes in your life.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But then when you do try, it's more of like things just don't work out. You get all
That's right.
stressed about it. Like, yeah, it's a very true statement.
Yeah, and I guess that was the biggest thing, was not to get so like fixated on it. Because I mean, there have been people in the past like that I was definitely interested in and wanted to like date and stuff, like girls from church.
Right.
But those never worked out. So I was like, sometimes I kind of lose the hope, sort of thing. Where it was just silly, emotional little me, just getting carried away. Just gotta be patient. So
And that's a
the
very
big
true
thing.
statement.
Yeah.
Patience is key.
Patience. It's a virtue.
No, those are some actually really good answers. Oh, I didn't even finish reading the whole question. It's whatever. You guys answered it.
Oh, we did? Oh, sick.
Yeah, you guys answered it pretty good. Alright, question 3. Who was more nervous first? Or was it just love at first sight? Where you guys just like you both connected right away?
He was nervous. I liked him almost instantaneously. He was nervous.
I was very nervous. Yeah, it pretty much. Oh man, how? Okay. So again, her sister being kind of the one that orchestrated this. There's a thing at church for the young adults on Tuesday nights, which you've been to, but pretty much, I was told that she wanted to go. She doesn't like driving. I love driving. So it was one of the things where I went to her sister and I was like, hey, like, if she wants to go, like, I'll give her a ride if she wants one.
Okay.
And she's like, well, she's helping out in the nursery today. Like, why don't you go ask her yourself? I was like, I wanted you to do that for me. Then you can.
So then I know the answer right away.
Yeah, you can report back to me.
This is why one's my favorite.
So yeah, no, pretty much after that, like I walked by the nursery a few times, even though I thought it was twice. Apparently it was 3. Whatever. Like I walked by, I looked to see if she was there.
Nope, wasn't there.
And then she's like, I just kept going. I was like, oh man, I was like, Aaron, just go back. Why are you so freaked out? And so yeah, I was just very, very nervous. But that's just, I don't know, with new people, and then it's a girl. It's like, ooh.
No, I feel
so this
that.
is gonna get weird quick, cause like her sister and aunt are like, oh my goodness, like you're such a nice guy. And so I'm like, okay. Anywho, yeah, I ended up like not asking her if she wanted to go to the Tuesday night thing because I couldn't actually get like words out. That's where the
It
laughing.
doesn't help that we were interrupted, so
You were.
I was talking to a student's parent about the said student, and then.
Well, I was talking first, and then they came in,
Yeah.
and then I shut up, and then like let them talk. But then I tried to finish it. I mumbling, giggling, and it was just bad.
Wait, so did you ever give her rides to?
I did, but like, not. It was what, a couple of weeks after that. It was okay. It was a week after, because like, I didn't exchange phone numbers. Like, we didn't have any contact information. So like the first week went by, and I was like, shoot, I should probably try and reach out. But I was like, I don't know. And then the next week came by, and I reached out to her sister. I was like, hey, like, is she on Facebook or like whatever, so I can send her a message? And she sent me her number. I was like,
what do I say?
So
I message games? Question mark?
Yeah, I was like, does she even want me to have her number? I was like, I feel.
Oh, I got yours
weird.
literally right after you got mine. So
eventually I asked her. I was like, hey, do you need a ride? I got you. And she's like, no, that's okay.
My
Thanks.
brother can take me.
Right.
I wasn't gonna go.
Yeah, she wasn't gonna go, and then eventually went. And then she's like, can I get a ride home? I was like, of course. So.
Rest was history from there.
Yeah, and then it just
I got a bit
took
big
off.
off.
Then it was funny because like when we were leaving that night, like we barely talked. I was like, okay, that's who you are. I'm supposed to take you home. Cool.
That's where you live, guys.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Right, but then I like as soon as I got in the truck, started driving, made conversation. It was just like, whoop. Yeah, pretty much just from that point on, I was like, sweet, I like this. So.
Huh. No, that's actually really cool because I actually talked about that on my last episode or whatever about like kind of dating is like if a guy's like really nervous is how you actually know that the guy really likes a girl because it's kind of like if a guy like just thinks the girl's like kind of cute, like it's easy to talk to them and stuff like that, but it's like when he really likes a girl, it's kind of like you overthink it so much.
And I'm pro at that. I'm really good at doing that. So.
Oh, we know you're good at
Yeah,
overthinking.
it's terrible.
But no, I'm the same way though. Like I overthink it too, and that's what I had to work on in my singleness era. Is like kind of just like stop overthinking, just do it. Like
Right. The worst I can say is no. and then you move on to something else.
Yeah, but then you feel rejected.
I know. Well, yeah. Yep.
So then it like haunts you.
Familiar with that one.
Traumatizes.
That's why I didn't want to talk to this one. I was like, nope.
Don't want to get rejected.
Nope.
Don't want to get heartbroken.
Don't need to go through that again. No.
Don't need no sad boy music tonight. Alright. Did having God in a relationship really help? I mean, I think clearly I know the answer.
Oh yeah.
You guys can
Sure.
explain it.
Oh yeah, I mean, just him just bringing a peace, at least to my mind, as soon as I got out of the car, or even like the piece of just Aaron taking me home, because my mom kept asking like, "Are you sure you really want to go with him?" Because I'm not one to just like get in the car.
I've been checking his background report.
Right. I mean, I've been like was told around the church like he's a very nice guy, he's very trustworthy, whatever. But like usually I get very nervous because you gotta put your guard up. Like I barely knew who he was. Like I saw him around, but
You knew I played.
but like the Lord gave me like this piece of
I
like
know the drummer.
just like trust me, and I was like, okay, God, like I will trust you and like see where it goes. Like why I had such a peace about it. I know it was from the Lord, because I was like, okay, there's something different about him, because everyone is like saying he's
a nice dude.
yeah, and there's like not a bad thing that they can say, and I'm like, okay, well, it just gave me that peace. So it was definitely the Lord just speaking through everybody else, just be like, hey, like get to know him. I'm like, okay, but yeah, having the Lord definitely helps with just, especially because we are newly married and weren't dating very long, just kind of like helping us to be patient with each
I was
other,
gonna
and
say
just like
patient.
learning and just having him as a second.
You guys are on the same journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. That's a good way of putting it.
Right.
Yep. We're on the same journey, and it's very, very nice to
Which
know
is-
that he's a godly man.
Yeah, I would say, well, obviously both of us grew up pretty differently, I suppose, in some regards. But like, so it's like I mean, with every, I guess, couple, I suppose, like there's the differences with all of them. So it's learning again, well, patience with that, and that's where I'd say you can tell, I guess, as far as like for Christian couples, if you're in the Word and have a good walk with God and stuff, it definitely helps. Because if you're trying to imitate Christ and work on the whole loving thing, and once you get away from that, which I can already like notice somewhat in me a little bit, because like I haven't been doing great the past couple weeks, or a few, I don't know, a couple weeks for sure. But like as soon as you get out of that rhythm and like Christ kind of starts to get more of like the backseat sort of thing, you notice, for me, I guess, just becoming much, in a sense, more like selfish thinking. So I don't know, as far as like having Christ also like at the center of a relationship, it's also a huge helper, because you remember how to serve one another, because Christ is obviously the best model of that. So it's very important. It helps a ton. So yeah.
They do say, like, especially since you guys met in church, they say that's actually like one of the best relationships.
Yeah.
So it's like that's really cool that you guys already had the same beliefs. Like, it wasn't like, say, like, Aaron was a mess and Desiree was a godly woman, and she was like, oh, I gotta fix him and stuff like that. It was cool, though, that you guys already believe in the same thing. You guys believe in his timing and all that. Like, it all worked out to
Yeah.
this day.
Right. Yeah, that definitely, that's a big help, I suppose, to make things, especially, I don't know, yeah, just work in general, because otherwise that brings up a lot of conflict real quickly.
And it's kind of cool, too, though, because, like, a lot of people, this is coming from the background, I guess, but, like, a lot of people told you guys were rushing it. But you guys are like, this is on God's time, not your guys' time.
Yep.
So, like, that was really cool of that.
Yeah. It was kind of crazy, like, during the dating season, to hear a lot of other people's, like, stories as far as, like, their dating life.
Some people got married in, like, 1 month.
Some people are super quick, and I was like, oh, all right. And like, just I mean, it was really cool to hear other people's stories of like how either long it took or like how early it started, how late it started, vice versa.
I
But
just kept hearing God's timing is the best timing from
Well.
so many people.
yeah, and like oddly enough, like with you and I, it was like one of those things where it's like I guess when the thought of marriage like kind of came up, it wasn't like frightening, I suppose. Like there was like, cause like when she was saying like the whole thing of like getting in the truck for the first time and going, having me take her home, like there's like a piece about it. So that was like really bizarre because I was like, man, I feel like the thought of asking someone to marry me and spend the rest of their life with me is kind of scary. It's like that's. I mean, once you do that, like obviously
You guys become as one.
Yeah, right, and that's you're in it for life, at least for what we
I
believe.
mean, there's a thing called divorce, but go
Yeah,
on.
well, right, that's but it's
one of
just
you
like,
guys can
no.
die also. I'm just like,
That is a sentence that will never be used.
I'm just joking. I'm sorry.
No, you're
You're
good.
good.
You're
You're
good.
I should have made that joke.
You're good.
But no, I definitely feel that. Like I used to tell people, like I will take a wife over a girlfriend.
I was always told date to marry.
Yeah.
Just date to date.
Yeah, that was one thing from some like people. I don't know, like the whole idea of dating to marry is weird, and I was like, why is that weird?
That's
it's
what you're
like,
supposed to do.
it just makes I don't know, to me it just makes the most sense because like you can just be friends with people and then figure out would you want to date them and potentially marry them? Cool. But I don't want to just date people to get to know them. I was like, you can literally do that with friendship. So I was like, I don't know. I just thought that was strange. I was like, I always had the idea of date to marry, so whatever.
I don't know how people can do that. Like they'll be like friends with someone for so long, and then start dating. Like I don't know. I guess all my crushes I had in the past, like I found them attractive right away.
Yeah.
Like I never was like had that one girl that was my friend, and then have feelings for her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I was always told like fall in love with their personality, then the looks start to just I don't know, become more apparent. If you fall in love with like their heart and their personality and just like the presence of them, then it seems like their like looks especially like just come out more. Cause
That's interesting.
You definitely do need like a good personality.
Because
like,
my mom always said looks will fade, but the personality stays forever.
Yeah. That's why you gotta find good looks soon. At the beginning.
No,
If they go
you
away,
gotta have
then
a
you're
great
not gonna
personality,
stay
because then
alive.
you love them for who they are.
I
Like,
know.
even if some like,
or you
God
just
forbid
stake
something
your
happens.
personality.
But I was always told to love their personality over looks.
Or you can just get a bunch of money and they'll love you.
Yeah, yeah, sure. That too.
Yes.
Gold digger. Okay.
That does help in some situations.
Alright. Let's see. Where are we? Oh, question 5. Do you guys believe the saying, God first, spouse second, kids third is true?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that the same? God first, spouse second, and kids third, and then what's the fourth?
I think it actually goes like God, spouse, you, kids. I
Oh,
believe.
What? God, spouse, you kids?
Yeah.
Who's you?
Like yourself, I believe.
I don't know.
Or is it? I don't remember. But
Well,
either way.
I feel like you saying you kind of sounds selfish.
True.
Yeah,
I mean, like
golly.
spouse, like
It's
you gotta
all
take-
like you,
you
isn't
gotta
it?
take care of
Yeah.
yourself
Well,
too. Like you
you
can't
do.
like no. What I'm
If you-
trying
They
to say.
did talk about that at young adults at
Yeah.
my church the other night about like sometimes you do have to be shallow. Like
Yeah, you gotta
Which-
not shallow per se, but like
you gotta think about yourself sometimes.
yeah, you
do.
gotta pray to the Lord and strengthen yourself in His Word alone. You gotta do it like with your spouse.
And by yourself.
by
you
yourself.
have to do it on your own as well.
Yeah, so taking care of yourself with like your relationship with the Lord is definitely important. But you got so then when the time when your spouse is like down, then you can step up and help them.
Yeah. Well, and I've had this conversation too with some friends where it's like the whole idea of taking care of yourself, like you have to be selfish. And I've always wondered, is that actually being selfish? Because it's like if you're taking care of yourself, you're able to take care of others better. If you're not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of the others that you love. So I was just like, I always thought that was a really weird question. So I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, it definitely does though, cause like also the putting the kids first. Like I forgot, I was watching like some show. I think it was 911, and then he was saying like, "Babe, we did everything right. We put our kids first." And it was like technically you aren't supposed to do that
No.
because it is like kind of like God first. And I also talk about this in my parenting episode. Don't ask. You guys just gotta watch to understand it.
Okay.
But no, but that definitely people put their kids first, and then they start like kind of like having this. I mean, you should spend time with your kids, yes, but you should also mainly spend time with your spouse because that is the person that you're gonna be with forever. If you spend so much time with your kids, you're not even gonna know your spouse. They're gonna be a complete stranger just living with you. And that's where a lot of people mistake in it. And
Kids will grow up and move out. Like
Hopefully.
like one day you'll be an empty nest. Like you gotta.
well, someone gotta take care of me when
Like
I'm
this,
Yeah,
is
right.
for life. Your kids are just
Yeah.
for you to raise, and then they'll marry
Got
their
it.
spouses, and
Have their own lives.
yeah.
But yeah, well, I guess like I also imagine like if you're not taking care of yourselves like as a couple, what are you modeling for your kids then too?
Yeah, very true. Like, oh, that's all what marriage is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like, you gotta show them a good marriage so they want to do it too.
Yep.
exactly. Otherwise, yeah, that's how kids just don't want to go forward with that kind of stuff. And then they can live their own lives and do whatever they want for themselves.
And you can also definitely tell like marriages that don't have God in them too. Like
Right.
it makes a big difference.
It does.
I can't even read my own typing. Okay. Number 6 for the future. What's the best advice you'll give your kids? You guys, kids, like you guys just growing up, like they're struggling in life and stuff like that. Like, what's the best advice?
Always go to the Lord.
Sure, that's what you told
Pray
me
about it. Yeah.
Always,
Oh, that's my
like,
mom.
I was always told to write down the lies the enemy is telling you and hand them and find the truth. Like, go to the Bible and find it, like the truth. Like if he tells you you can't do anything, go and find I can do all things through Christ. Like just writing down what he's telling you as lies and then giving it to the Lord. Like going in his word and finding the truth.
Yeah.
Me personally, I need to work on that, but it's still good because I always take mental notes of it.
Right. You still have that in your mindset.
Yeah.
I would say this too, though. I mean, this question is more towards you guys, of course, but like I would also say this though is like you gotta also tell your kids like if they're upset that this person doesn't like them, you also gotta tell them like, listen, not everyone's gonna like you, and especially like kind of Jesus Christ, for example, like he was considered the most perfect person on ever, and but at the same time, people also didn't like him. So no matter what, people aren't even gonna like perfect.
You can't please everybody, and not everybody's gonna like you.
No.
So.
Yeah, you gotta let those people go, unfortunately.
Except your K.M.B.
Fair.
You got any? What would you give advice for your kids or your guys?
Take it easy. No, golly. Yeah, don't
Just
rush
not
into
bad.
anything.
I don't know.
Slow down,
Slow the horse, you know.
Yeah. Golly.
Don't do anything I would have done.
Well, gosh, it is kind of funny because it's like, I don't know. Obviously, I would want them to, well, one, hopefully have a relationship with the Lord and want that. Encourage that the most because then that's going to help them. Well, it's a tough one. It's the best route to go because God's always going to be behind you and guiding you if you
Do it right.
yeah. But, oh no. Otherwise, I just hope that they would work hard now so that they don't have to work so hard, or much harder later sort of thing. Because that's something like I didn't do. My old man kind of warned me about it. It's like, make sure you put in a lot of hard work now to help yourself down
So you
the
can
road.
relax. So you can relax in the future.
Yep.
Yeah,
And I
that's
was like,
true.
no. Want to play now while I'm young and can do stuff.
You know,
So when I get
I'm in
old,
my
like-
20s. Bro.
Yeah, so when I'm old and I can't move anymore, it's like, oh, well, then I'll just work because I can't do anything fun anyway. No, that's backwards. So I don't know. I would just encourage good work ethic, but most importantly, you want them to know the Lord first. But on that, yeah.
And no, that's a really good one too. I feel like another good advice is too is like, don't be like me, be better than me. Like kind of
Yes.
saying to your kids.
Please.
Honestly though, that's the one thing though is I can't wait to have kids. I cannot wait to see their personality traits.
No,
Like
man.
I'm a little worried they're gonna be a little wild card kind of. Because if they pick up their dad traits, like
It's
a little iffy.
scary. And then they get to point out. Well, I mean I've heard from.
You don't see all your think about it, you don't see all your flaws in your
Yeah,
kids.
well, yeah, and that's what it is. It's like, yeah, from like my friends and well, any parent I know is like, wow, like they picked that for me and all that kind of stuff. I'm
I do
like,
that.
yeah, I'm like, oh, I do that. Ooh.
Yeah.
So
You're like, why are you so
Little
stubborn?
sponges.
yeah.
And you're like, wait, I'm stubborn. Alright, last question. What's the best advice you can give out to another married couple? Ask the Lord for some help.
Well, that and communication. Like everyone says, communication is key. They can't read your mind, whether you think it or not.
Yeah.
But you are. Okay, but you can with certain things.
Well, okay, yeah.
But yeah.
Yes, this is true.
Just communication. They can't. Like you gotta be able to express yourself.
It's yeah, communicate, and it's, gosh, I would say even communicate even when you're afraid to, because it's better to get
It off your chest.
yes, and so that also that they're aware of what's going on in your mind, instead of you just hiding it and then them well again having to try and figure out what's going on, but then so yeah, that patience and just willing to learn just how the other person functions and how to work around that, or you know how you can both work things out, because it's
Compromise.
yeah. Yes. So, yeah, have that. Because I mean, at the same time, if you really love them, you want to be able to, I don't know, obviously make it work. Hopefully, it's not about you. Once you get into a marriage, it's like you're also living to help that other person. So, yeah, it's interesting. We've got a lot to learn yet, but. After
Hey, I
over
believe
a
you
month,
guys.
it's good so far.
I believe you guys. Yeah, so you're 1 month in already, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've already learned
Have you guys
some
ever?
more stuff. Huh? Have what?
Have you guys hit your like 1 year together? That's crazy. Good for
that'll
you guys.
That'll be what? October 3rd? Well, October 3rd would be
Were
like.
you guys dating on her birthday is October 31st? Were you guys
We were
dating?
not. No.
So it wasn't even October.
No, it was November.
5th when we
Yeah.
started dating.
That's crazy. Good for you guys.
Yeah. It'll be. I don't know.
That's the definition of my Lord's time.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
He can make it happen.
right, and he did, and you guys prayed about it in the past too, like when you guys were single and struggling and stressing about situations, and it happened, you know.
What happened? Oh man.
You guys got any questions for me?
Oh man. Do you?
What's been your favorite episode you've recorded?
Oh,
Oh,
podcast. in
Podcast.
general.
dang, that's a good one. I don't know. I at one video, I talked about my testimony,
Oh,
so that was kind of really cool, like
I'll
to talk
have to watch
about.
that.
That one was good. Honestly, like what I do in like months, I do like June was music. I talk about all about like kind of demonic music and Christian rap and stuff like that, and how it like helps me and stuff like that. And then it was July was friendships, so that was kind of cool, talking about all about my friendships and about my past and stuff like that. August was family, so I got to talk about my family. I even had Kelsey hop on a podcast because you were talking about siblings at one point. And then now this month I'm talking about relationships. October, spoiler, it's about Christianity. Then November is gonna be about like addiction, like having a bunch of addictions. Then like December is gonna be about like social media. So it's like it's kind of cool that I'm doing all these topics like each month and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So because it's all gonna fit together. And I have episodes drop every Wednesday. So,
Every Wednesday.
yeah, I'm on a grind, bro.
That's cool.
Real though.
Yeah, so it's like it's kind of fun to be like I already know what I'm gonna talk about, and like sometimes like when I talk about the topic, I like bring up stuff that I wasn't even gonna mention, and I do, and then it like turns out good.
That's fine.
So, got any other questions?
Don't know. I wasn't preparing myself for any questions here. Oh no. I don't. Not.
No, I don't know when I'm gonna get married.
When you join the club, that's all right.
When you going to marry game night?
It's all in the Lord's timing.
Game
That's
night.
one thing we've learned. Wait, what?
Game night.
Game night.
You said married game night?
Married game night.
Oh, married game. Oh,
What?
okay.
Wait,
You
now
know,
I'm
like, you know
lost.
how like married couples
Yeah,
like
have
do
a game
nights?
night.
Yeah.
So
What's a
like,
game night?
I like play. Whoa.
It's
Wait,
a game
just
night.
threw me off guard.
Sorry, that's what I'm here for.
You guys ready to exit?
Sure.
Alright. You guys want to do the outro? Oh wait, you guys never do this. Or watch my podcast. No, I'm just playing.
I'm
Subscribe.
gonna.
Alright, this is Real Talk with K.M.B. Thanks for joining me.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
yeah, you're welcome. I thought you were still talking to the people.
Everybody, like I just said, every Wednesday, and tune in unlike these people. But
And subscribed.
hey, respect. Aaron, after this video,
I'll get there.
I was
I'll
gonna
get
say
there.
after
I'll
this
get
video,
there,
what are you
man.
gonna do?
And subscribe from the beginning.
But we out. Thanks for everyone. Thanks for listening.